Hello and welcome back to Battle Rap Resume. Thank you as ever for listening. I'm your host, Tom Quee. Thank you so much for subscribing on the YouTube channel. Maybe subscribe on iTunes. Maybe you've got this off Pirate Bay. I don't know if it'd be on there, but if it did, anyway you're listening, I just want to say thank you so much to everyone that has been engaging with the show. It's been brilliant. And there's many ways you can get in contact with us if you want to let us know, if you want to ask about anybody that wants to be on the show. You know, a few people have said, oh, can O'Shea be on the show? And then I've just reached out to O'Shea. He said yes, and he's going to be on the show. So please just ask who. Obviously, I would want O'Shea on the show anyway, but he was kind of a dream guest, and I was kind of buoyed by someone saying, oh, why don't you put O'Shea on there? And I was like, yeah, O'Shea would be a great guest. I don't know why it didn't even cross my mind, to be honest. So yeah, O'Shea's coming up soon. So if you want to hit us up for anything else as well, if you want to talk about the show in general, that's at batterapresume, all one word. Also, batterapresume@gmail.com, all one word as well. Just email us that way. And finally, there's a blog. I have a blog, batterapresume.wordpress.com. And that's just a way for me to kind of like collect all the interviews in one clear place. Obviously, you can go on the YouTube channel if you want. You can go on the Twitter as well and access the iTunes through there. But this is another kind of avenue for people to engage with the show, people to get to listen to the show in any way they want. But I should say finally as well, a new series has launched on our Battle Rap Resume YouTube channel. I'm mostly uploading Battle Rap Resume episodes and obviously the occasional kind of like, you know, the story of the Don't Flop title or the 2-on-2 tournament, which we're going to talk about explicitly with my guest today. But I'm trying to put on some other extracurricular content as well. And there's a rapper that I've been obsessed with for years and years now, British rapper called Jest, that I'm sure many people know about. And I'm just in awe of this man. I just think he's an absolute genius. And I'm basically going to do a long part series. I mentioned it at the start of the Chiller episode, but it's officially kind of started now. I'm going to do a long form series where I review every single EP and album of Jest, discussing each song by song, the lyrics, the influences, the critical approach to the songs, you know, what I like, lyric-wise, bar-wise, production-wise, the history of these pieces of work, these incredible albums. So yeah, check that out. It's on the Battle Rap Resume YouTube channel. Subscribe to the channel. You'll be able to find at least the first episode. Premonitions was his first EP when he released when he was 19. Incredible piece of work. But yeah, that episode's out there, and there'll be more gesticulation episodes coming out in the future. But anyway, today, my first guest is someone that kind of, you know, Soul speaks about this in his Cee Major clash, in the title clash as well. He speaks about kind of the Mark Gris Blizzard crop, which, I mean, I suppose my today's guest is slightly in that kind of wake, although maybe it's a little unfair to the timings that way. But there seem to be in that era, especially these 2012, 2013 eras, and one of the strongest people there was Cracker, who I'm really happy to announce is our guest for today's episode. Cracker, how you doing, man?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. How are you?
No, yeah, very well. I wanted to ask quickly, I know you can change your Twitter handles, you can change them retroactively, you can be known as someone else in the space of this. Were you always Cracker DF? Because I noticed you were registered as that from 2009 on Twitter. And were you like, you weren't like a Don't Flop fanboy like 3 years before you came?
No, nothing like that. No, my first, I got Twitter like in 2009, back in 2009.
Right, yeah.
And this is back when I was called Double T. I used to go by the name of Double T. Yeah, that's something that not a lot of people know. So back when I met Cee Major, back when I met Cee Major, I was called Double T, and he was called something else. I won't expose what he was called. Right. Sure he would have said if he wanted people to know. I don't really care about mine. And then I went through loads of Twitter handles. Cracker the Honky, Cracker DF. I think Wave Williams once upon a time as well.
Yeah. We'll get onto that, man. Don't worry. Yeah.
But no, my Twitter handle changes all the time. So Cracker DF was just a thing where most of my followers come from battle rap. So I mean. So, like, putting Cracker DF, people will definitely know that it's the Cracker from Don't Flop.
Yeah. No, it was a good shout for sure. And how long had Don't Flop been around before you caught the videos online, wanted to get involved? Is it a long-form thing, you know?
Do you know what? The first thing I ever saw was Chronicle versus what's my man's name? Einstein. I don't know if you remember.
Right, yeah, briefly.
Yeah, like, I think... I remember watching it, just seeing it on YouTube, because I used to type in school in IT, I used to type in like battle rapper gets punched and stuff. I just wanted to see that.
Didn't we all, man? Yeah.
And then eventually, like a classic battle rap time. I just want to see people get punched in the face. But I'm not like that anymore.
Forget bars.
Yeah, forget bars, man. I just want to see someone get mapped. No, but just slightly got into Don't Flop through that. Only a couple of battles, and I think I saw O'Shea, and then just didn't really pay much attention to it. And then one day, it's quite funny actually, Cee Major like hollered me and was like, "There's this sick rapper in Don't Flop called Soul."
Yeah,
and he's Scottish. And I was like, no, like, he can't be good. Like, I was just so ignorant towards Scottish rap, like, back then, because I didn't know any Scottish rappers. I was like, no, he can't be good. And he showed me him. I was like, fuck. Like, he showed me Soul versus Matter. I was like, shit, this guy's fucking amazing. Like,
yeah, we had Soul on the show recently, and I just,
really?
Went crazy about that Matter clash. That's one of my favourite battles.
Yeah. Soul versus Matter is probably what got me into, like, wordplay and battle rap as it goes. Like, he's a pioneer of that kind of shit, man. I'm sure he'll say he's not, but he definitely
he's humble as hell, man.
So it's cool as fuck. But that's pretty much.
And that was, and from there, from
there, like, we didn't watch too much, like, me and C, but then, like, when C got his tryout, obviously I went to his tryout event, and obviously just saw everyone from the 2012 crop and stuff, and that was a good set of battles, man. And that kind of got me into it. The culture was a nice. It's weird to say the culture, man. It's such a corny
You're
word.
part of it. I know what you mean. It's like saying lyrical. It's like you don't want to say it, but it's an important.
But
word.
the culture was. I really fucked with the culture, man. Everyone was really together back then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was nice. Kind of fell in love with the scene after that first event.
How could you not? Right?
Yeah,
it was a great golden era, and it's kind of like you don't want to be in that kind of back in my day, but especially for someone like yourself who's been around for so long. I mean, your first year, we're going to get into this first battle. This is a band against Sketchy.
See, I ain't dissing the drug. I like the odd bag of weed, but you smoke so much high grade, it's the reason you don't have the need. My rhymes are...
This is 2012. Big up Sketchy. Sketchy. I have to say, one of the things that I love about doing this show is going back to the tryouts and seeing how someone's style came along. And your style is pretty fully formed in this. I think, himself says when he's opening the battle that this kind of was a last minute thing, but he saw that both you and Sketchy could write, you could rap, which you both do, so he put it on. And Sketchy I like as an anomaly because he never did another battle, never came back to Don't Flop.
Yeah, it was a shame.
Who knows where his life is?
Do you know what admitted to me? I think this was a couple of months ago, but I still remember it. I was at an event and we were talking about Sketchy and I was like, bro, like, how come he didn't get another battle? And just turned around to me, he was like, do you know what, bro? Like, I completely forgot about him. Wow. Like, just he was like, I completely forgot. Yeah, well. And I was like, oh, fuck.
In the grand scheme of things,
he definitely deserved another battle. He wasn't bad. Like,
no, he wasn't bad at all. And this is the Don't Flop's first ever event in West London. In Gingley, I believe.
Ginglick. And me and her were talking about Ginglick yesterday, man. We used to love Ginglick. Everyone loved Ginglick. Ginglick was an amazing venue.
Yeah, there are those venues, aren't there, of old Don't Flop things. I'm thinking, I was watching Big J versus Harry Baker. I'm going to have Harry Baker on the show soon. And I was watching the venue where they do Sunburn. What a great venue that is. What happened to that venue? Sunburn 1. Yeah, Sunburn 1.
Yeah. That is the one with like Skirmish versus Dialect, right?
That's right. Is that
Sunburn 1? Yeah,
Rap to Quill.
Yeah, that venue was awesome. I've never been there once. I forget where it was, but yeah, that was an awesome venue.
Yeah, I mean, really and this is an interesting venue as well, purely because it's so fucking dark in this battle. Like, whoever's battling, so you can see kind of the light off the camera on Sketchy or Cracker, but then the rest of the crowd are just silhouettes. Like, it's kind of like, I mean,
it's literally underground. The venue is underground. You go. I don't know if you know West London very well, but it's in Shepherd's Bush Green. And it's literally the only club that was on the green. And you just go down like a set of stairs, like in the green, and then you're suddenly at a rap venue. It's fucking awesome, man.
and I mean, like, before this, what was your battling experience? Obviously, you hadn't battled on camera yet. Was it just a lot of at school with your friends?
I did a few grime clashes in like college and stuff. Just a few. If I found out anyone like spat bars or anything, I'd always want to clash them. I'd always want to make myself better.
You ain't good enough for double T, man.
That's always the attitude I've tried to with battles. I think I'm a lot humbler now than I was back then.
No, I mean, like, as C teaches us, you got to have humble beginnings. Like, this is what we shout out to Cee Major. This is what shout
out to Cee Major. Yeah,
of course. I mean, we're going to get into some, two of your amazing battles later on, and we'll chat more about C then. But this is your debut, and what was Don't Flop to you at this point? It's hard to kind of pinpoint the dates here. Had Mark Gris Blizzard happened? Had Luna C happened? What was the league?
Yeah, I think that was just happening. I think as the 2012 crop came about, I think Mark and Blizzard were blowing up. Luna C was blowing up. I think Shotty had maybe had like a battle and another one. No. Do you know what? In fact, he'd had. He was just about to. As I entered the scene, he was just about to battle Unanimous.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was a good event.
Yeah, because C was just about to battle Bamalam.
Yes.
As his second
event,
or third battle.
That was his third
so,
after
that's
Enigma
about the same time I came about. So yeah, the big things were kind of happening at that time.
Yeah, huge things coming into motion, and you and Sketchy was. Made sense as a matchup. You both kind of come in with both really good writers, but got an aggression, got a level of ability on you. You start your first with kind of traditional battle rap thing that we see all over the place, and kind of appealing to the league owner. What time's the rapper turning up?
Yeah.
What time's the sick rapper turning up that you promised me?
I still love that part.
Yeah.
It's so corny. It's corny. It's such a battle rap thing to do, isn't it?
Right,
But I guess when you do your tryout, I think the same goes with everyone. You unless you're a big fan, you're not sure what's accepted and what's not. No. What's corny and what isn't.
I completely agree. I remember when I had my first tryout, I did some musical chord wordplay. I was like, he's A minor G, soon I'll be major, you'll see. And I thought I was so intelligent, and then you watch hundreds of battles where people say that.
It's just been done.
There's some good stuff though in this start. Slit your throat for the pie, bar for bar. That's why they call me Sweeney Todd.
Come on, man. There's a bar.
Like decent stuff, and none of this is kind of going into that kind of cringy tryout. Even good battlers have some can have shitty tryouts that don't make sense. This one's an entertaining one. You have a good personality. Outside, you tried to sell me your CD. I told you I was broke, but I had a tenner, fam. And there's just the way you deliver that. Everyone's on board with you. Everyone's
I'm a cheeky cunt.
Yeah,
proper cheeky cunt.
It comes through. When we see your girl, when you see a girl, you're like, oh, look at that. When we see it, we're like, oh, look at that. There's quite a lot of that in your early stuff, I feel, a kind of a playful... And Sketchy, I don't mind, he has a definite personality there. He's coming from that kind of post-lunar movement. You're the wackest rapper. If you had £1 for every time you spat a bad bar, you would have some bad cars and a massive gaff, bruv. So it's not kind of he's not going to going into kind of ornate opulence description of what you're going to own. He's literally you'd have a big car, bruv, but he says it in a kind of you know what I mean? The matey sort of way that he does it is quite gratifying. You're saying that your face matches the pussy on your grandmother. Sketches coming out with that, and something you'll use in later battles. It's more of a kind of a calling card of your earlier style. They talk about I like my white wine, 3 years old and stolen from the supermarket. You like your girls, and
the same.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. What is this? Because I know when you're doing your early battles, you are just kind of writing as much as you got on paper. You got so many bars stocked up from so many verses and mixtapes and whatever. At this point in your career, what is writing for Sketchy consisting of? Is it just throwing your best stuff into the cauldron, or?
Do you know what? It's just back then I was always joking about, man. Always having a joke to tell, or reading up on politically incorrect jokes and stuff like that. And that was kind of perfect for battle rap, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because everything's really accepted there. so I was just really into jokes and stuff, and obviously rapping as well. I've always been into rapping, so I just kind of brought the two together in terms of my writing at the start, anyway.
Mm-hmm. No,
I was a bit younger, but
yeah, exactly, and it comes together really well, really. And this entire second round is probably your strongest round. Not coming with too many kind of poignant bars here, but it's still really, really strong. Only time I ever choked was when my cock was in your mum's throat. So
that was really bad.
It's a tryout. A bar that I forget the guy's name now, but there's a guy on Viewpoint recently who was trying to kind of resurrect the chat to be more battle based, and he was saying let's just post battles and talk about what battles people should watch that haven't seen. And I'm just a massive battle nerd, so I jumped on the back of it. And the battle that I posted was this battle, and just because I was watching it at the time, and as a reason for submitting your battle, you had to do a little subscription, and you had to do a bad bar contender. And my bad bar contender is in your second round.
Fuck, it's me. Why wouldn't it be Sketchy, man?
Yeah, that is true.
No, go on.
No, Sketchy did have... Yeah, in fairness, you're the 2-on-2 champ. he had one tryout. I should have probably went for Sketchy.
Let me hear my bad bar.
I roll with Cee Major, so my team's orange and white like coleslaw.
That's a bar, man. I thought that was sick. I roll with Cee Major, so my team's orange and white like a coleslaw, man. Coleslaw is orange and white.
It is.
Like me and Cee Major. It's a great comparison.
Yeah. No. Factually, it's watertight, and the rhyme's really good as well. Your team's scabby and won't go away like a cold sore. Yeah. So. And then Sketchy appeals to that kind of physicality that I like in the Don't Flop era this time. Your face has a wide girth. If you were flying through space, you could hide Earth. So it's just that straight image of you just in orbit, just kind of descending around the planets. Yeah, exactly. Just completely back and forth. But obviously, you're coming out basically with the Frio. One of the things that surprised me, and that I was delightfully surprised by when they got to the judges, that Soul Khan was there.
Yeah, some incredible judges on my tryout, man. I'm so proud of,
what the hell?
of
Soul
the
Khan
sick level of judges. Soul Khan judged my tryout. He was performing at that event. He was like the headline. I think he'd done a little tour for Don't Flop, maybe just around a few venues.
Like their sort of copyright thing, like.
Yeah, exactly like that, I think it was. And he watched my battle, said I was good and stuff, and I didn't really, honestly, I didn't actually know who he was, like, at the time. I'd heard him. I had to research him because obviously the flyer, he was at the very top of my flyer. I was like, I've never heard of this guy, and then researched a few of his battles. He
wasn't battling though. He has battled Don't Flop before.
No, see, he wasn't battling, but I didn't know he was a rapper. That's what I'm saying. When he was top of the flyer, I thought, what's he doing then? Do you know what I mean? If he just battles, but clearly he's a rapper as well. He's a very talented rapper as well. So
incredibly so. Yeah. He's a prolific tweeter as well. He seems to be tweeting all the time. I'm following him.
I think I unfollowed him. Not out of spite or anything. But I don't know. I don't see his Twitter pop up on my Twitter no more. So I think that means I must have unfollowed him. Yeah, I remember it used to.
Sort of a social justice warrior kind of slant to him, but he was no doubt an incredible MC and one of the few that has never came back. He's one of those guys that so many of these guys said they never would, but we've seen your Solomons, etc., kind of returning back to the fray, and your Mood Swangs, but Soul Khan remains untouched, and other judges here is a stalwart of those early Don't Flop years, Bent Legs.
My brother Bent Legs, man.
Slightly deer in the headlights, judging. He's always seems to be doing. Does he? Calls him Tuna C. Because he looks like a fat lunacy. This is what's mentioned in the judging here. You also get the clean Frio from Kruger. So this must have felt pretty good coming out your debut battle. Sketchy, not an easy opponent, but you still trounce him. You're coming out. You must be feeling pretty confident.
No, it was good. It was a lot of fun. Got drunk.
Well, naturally.
as I do at every event anyway. But that was the start. That is the start. So got drunk.
One last thing, is Sketchy affiliated with Impact?
He is indeed, that's how he got his tryout. And I got my tryout through C.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because you do mention the basic Impact kind of like ghostwriting his bars or something to that effect. So
I said it's funny how your bars have no impact when he's the one that wrote them all.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. And between this and the next battle that we're going to get in depth on, the Marlow battle, you did go to Barmageddon for Toucan?
Yes.
So you were just you're a new battler, you've got a slight name, you've had a Don't Flop tryout. Was it just you just wanted to sort of see what was open to you? Or
no, not at all. That event was a charity event for depression, in fact, and Pete Cashmore set up. And I have a long history with Pete Cashmore, not back then, but now I do, man. I have a lot of time for him.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Yeah.
He's done a lot for me, man, and I always like to repay people that done a lot for me. So I went to battle for him at his charity event.
Good.
So, it was fun. Toucan's a cool guy as well.
Yeah, always shout out Toucan. He's a great guy. But we'll move on to the next battle, which is your first meeting with someone that you would later face off. At the end of the year, actually, you battled the same year. Is that right? You battled Marlow at the start of 2013, I believe.
No.
YouTube
late
upload, but yeah. In real life.
It was November, I think, of 2012.
Right. And this was kind of like, I mean, it's so great to look back on Don't Flop at this time and be like, who was the newcomers? It was Cracker versus Marlow. It's just like, well, they're two, like, huge guys in the league now.
See, Jefferson Price fucked your mum. Wow. started it all. Said her brain is psychosis, it's madness when she gargles balls. But if I sense the DNA and the shotties in my arsenal, you know that she'll decay if I chop her into parts.
But this is Southampton, this is a new city.
Yes.
I mean, going into this...
Southampton every time.
Always. I mean, had you seen Marlowe's tryout? You were aware of what he was... I mean, what were you thinking of this battle coming up to it?
Oh, man. I don't know. I'd seen Shuffle T. And it was during when I was at my uni,
right?
When like Don't Flop came to my uni, was telling me about this Marlowe kid, and I think Mickey Worthless was telling me as well. And they were like, "We want you to battle him, man. We think it would be sick." And yeah, like I watched his tryout. I thought he was fucking hilarious, man. He's a very funny guy. It took me a while to kind of like understand his style though, because it was so not what we're used to, or not what we were used to in Don't Flop. I mean, we're very used to it nowadays. I mean, it seems like everyone wants to be them, in my opinion.
No, it was a paradigm shift, wasn't it?
But yeah, back then, I mean, there wasn't many. I mean, Moz Prob and Mark Grist, in terms of that kind of style, kind of started it, and then I think when like Marlowe and Shuffle came, they kind of took it to a new thing. They really added that drama student flavor into it, which obviously I can understand because I'm a drama student myself. Yeah,
so can we just talk briefly about, I mean, the fact that you went to university for drama showed that you were, you know, you acted quite a lot when you were younger then? You had that in you? Or?
Yeah, in school.
That's great, man.
It was one of the things I was really good at. So, I mean, just pursued it, really.
No, fair.
It's never something I've been too interested in making a career of, though.
Right.
But...
No, I feel that. I mean, you know, I studied literature at university, so that's the kind of thing. You're not going for a vocation for a job. You're just kind of like, you're going to study something you enjoy, you know.
Yeah,
and,
100%.
Fair enough, yeah. I mean, it's just kind of a testament, really, to... MA says it in the judging of this battle that Marlowe mentions Roehampton each round, and that has just kind of bored into my brain. Like, if someone was to put a gun to my head and ask me, where did Cracker go to uni, I couldn't tell them, which is weird. But for some reason, thanks to Marlowe, I do know that. And this is fantastic battle. Huge crowd as well at this battle. So, I mean, what can you remember any other battles from this event quickly?
Villain versus DK.
Okay, yeah. Big.
Dots. This is a really crazy one. This is even before I'd heard of him. But do you know who Eyes is? The grime MC?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, Dots versus Eyes was supposed to go down at this event, which would have been incredible looking back. It would have been fucking sick. Yeah, the other battles were Impact versus Bleak.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that was it. And Tenchu rolled through as well and did like, because Eyes didn't turn up. Dots, Tenchu, and DK, I think, just did a little freestyle cypher, which was pretty sick.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the great thing at these Don't Flop events. I've been to quite a few myself, like these little cyphers that pop up here and there. I would urge everyone to check out. It was at the April Fool's event, the first one, the one where Shuffle and Marlowe battled the Fanta Can. And I was just doing a bit of research on that for the Most Pro episode, which released a few weeks back. I came across some iPhone footage of a guy or a girl, of a bystander who had just recorded this 10-minute cypher on their phone of like tons of like high-level Don't Flop MCs just dropping verses like 2 years ago. It's got like 200 views on YouTube. I'd highly recommend anyone listen to that. Just search like Don't Flop April Fool's cypher and you should stumble across it. But we'll get onto this battle, and I think this battle is a huge leap up for you, like massively. You know, from the sketchy battle. I haven't actually seen the Toucan battle recently, but I'm not sure if it was within that or subsequently, but there seemed to have been a massive, you know, foot on the pedal here. Were you aware in your head, okay, this isn't a tryout anymore, these battles are important, you know, these are going on YouTube, these are being commented on, these are being watched, especially in this day and age? I mean, coming up to this clash, were you aware that your writing was going up a notch?
Definitely. And I knew I had to perform as well. The thing is, like, not a lot of people know it either, but I had a battle, like, after Sketchy, like, outside, against, like, in a tunnel, against LNC. And, like, he completely flopped it and, like, freestyled most of it. And I was decent, I was good, I was probably about the same level of my tryout, and I think I left out, like, a few bars, but, like, I was really, like, fucking upset with LNC, and I think myself as well, because I don't think the event went the way he planned it, and like he kind of flipped out, and like I think everyone's had some sort of like small issue with her or big issue, but like I didn't really like how he treated it, like, so I kind of took a break for a while, and then Marlowe was like, in fact no, like, tell a lie, Big Sarters was like my comeback battle, and I kind of like I didn't flop it, but like the Manchester crowd was just like talking over like mine and
put on demo battles, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a fucking shit battle, man. Like it happened after the main event as well, when like everyone was out smoking cigarettes and shit, which was a really weird idea. Chronicle was heading that event, but anyway, yeah. So like going into that Marlowe battle, I kind of knew that I had to show up, man. I was thinking, shit, like you're not going to be a fucking good battler if you don't win this. Like he's got a bit of a name, like coming out of his tryout. Everyone loved his tryout. Like you're coming back. Like I knew myself that I had to do something in this battle. Like I had to fucking kill it. So I put a lot of effort into it, to be honest.
Yeah, no, and the first round is fantastic. Basically talk about the kind of him living a lie, bored of Shakespeare and history got shite, so he came to Don't Flop and thought, yeah, I'll give it a try. Yeah. It's like a debate team, except you get to deliver it in rhyme. And then there's kind of these funny, more high concept verses that you're doing there. And then there's just kind of the more oblique stuff. When was the last time you actually travelled on a bus? Cracking up on that, or had a sandwich for lunch. I mean, you're slightly kind of pushing forward that kind of caviar, idea, but it's really, really funny as well. You're playing on that concept, and that's something fun to write for, because you're not just, I mean, no offense to Sketchy, but Sketchy wants just a kind of generic Don't Flop opponent, tryout kind of guy. Marlowe obviously is far, far different. He doesn't know anything about his boys going to Penn, but he knows about his boys going to Pennsylvania for the weekend. Which is just, I don't know if there's a weekend resort, but I mean, I guess in the world of Marlowe, it's, it makes sense. And the crowd at Rowdy, they're up for it. It makes sense why they are, but like, it just barrels forward in a great, great manner. And you end your verse, you end all three verses with the slogan, ain't telling you why to vote for him, I'm telling you why, and telling you why to vote for me, sorry, I'm telling you why not to vote for him. Some Project Fear tactics there. What was the strategy here, coming with that slogan each round?
I don't really remember. No. I'm not too sure why I did it.
No, I mean, fair enough, man.
I think, do you know what it was as well? Everyone was coming with slogans, and I was man. And it wasn't like I thought, shit, like I need a slogan. It was something that just sort of like fit into my, because it's not exactly like I'm going to say that to every single battler, like, because I'm not telling like everyone why. But at that time, it was kind of like, I've always gone for that kind of angle with Marlowe, though. I've always been like, like you're a culture vulture. You don't belong in this scene. Like you're not a rapper. But like, I don't really mean it. No. I don't think I mean much of what I say in battles. It's quite a funny line.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't. I mean, it's not really that important. But you speak about not really meaning things. I just want to just quickly a little aside here. I had Old English on recently, the great Old English, and he was talking about your battle and how
I heard it.
Yeah, you heard it. I mean, do you have a retort to you getting annoyed about him saying you dealt crap?
Again, I think people take things a lot more serious than I do.
Right.
I don't remember saying this to Old English.
Yeah. No.
I mean, me and Old English are actually quite cool. Like we're always bumping into each other at fucking like house parties and shit like that.
What shame his battles are not going ahead, by the way, with Blizzard. That's
I saw Blizzard yesterday as well. I was at that fucking
were you at the Roundhouse thing?
It was amazing, man. It was really good. Oh, good. Sorry, what were we talking about?
We were talking about you saying Old English saying that you shot coke at a uni and it annoying you.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right, yeah. Once again, Marlowe's here in another cracker's country. This sort of idea that he's going to go for here. You look like Ed Sheeran sniffing crack, or a Prince Harry Mr. Man, which I really like.
I didn't like that too much. I thought that was corny.
Yeah,
but I guess it's about me, so I would say that. Yeah,
slightly, and it is kind of your ginger and it's Maltese, and I get what you're saying. It's Ed Sheeran. It's kind of playing.
Yeah, it's very. It's nothing.
It's very Marlowe. But he talks about him being polite and shit, and his class is obviously kind of mid.
Yeah.
But the whole battle's really, really good, and you kind of have a way of pegging him down here, talking about how he delivers his lines like Michael McIntyre. And at the start of the second, you are saying, that was all right. Are you irked here? Were you surprised? Because his first did get a huge reaction.
I don't know, like me and Marlowe had like a conversation before that, so I just kind of felt like cool with him, so I thought I'd tell him it was alright.
Yeah,
it was alright.
I get you. No, it's a nice moment. It is nice actually, because it is kind of like, it's two really, really good rounds going back and forth again. But you talk about in your second, building on that kind of comedian thing, how you're going to do stand up when I cut your fucking legs off.
Which,
I mean, that is an interesting element of your personality, or your battling personality, that I want to get into as well. That reach towards the horrorcore, like, is that always been something that you've always been interested in musically, just in terms of influence? Kind of like a
Definitely.
Kruger or a RZA or, you know, that sort of stuff?
All those kind of rappers. I mean, even Eminem.
Yeah,
Eminem was one of the first rappers I fully got into. There's another rapper that used to do horrorcore as well. I completely forgot his name, but he like solely did horrorcore. Right. It was like an old school American rapper. But yeah, I've always been into kind of like imagery and stuff. Being a drama student and like enjoying English as a language as well. I've just kind of always been into imagery.
No, of course, and really funny second round as well. Again, you know, Marlo calls you Ginger, you call Marlo Posh.
Classic.
Yeah, exactly. Talk about Marlo and Shuffle and how basically Marlo's talking to Shuffle and he's like, you're like my 8th cousin, that's blood to me.
Oh, yo, that scheme is sick.
Yeah, I love that.
I thought that scheme was amazing.
No, I love that scheme. Gonna kill off your targets, Marlo and me. You know, that sort of stuff here.
Yeah.
Ogmios 4th birthday, second round shit. We come with a 4th birthday scheme. Obviously, I mean, I was just getting into Don't Flop around this era, but for my money, that's the best birthday event ever, right? 4th birthday, like they just seem
I was there.
Battles. Yeah,
it was ill.
I just can't imagine. Just like
I was a fan back then. That was when, like, I don't even think had Cee Major got into the league. I'm not sure. Possibly.
I think so. I think he battled Enigma by then. I think it was kind of that, but still incredibly early. And yeah, this is, again, really, really fun battle between the two of you. I'd urge people to check the whole thing out. Strong rounds. And coming out of this, like, what were you thinking afterwards, coming off, you know, speaking to or whatever, speaking to the crowd? What was the reaction like from the battle? Because obviously you did win, and there's just, you know, the judging decision hasn't been maybe received that warmly in the YouTube comments. How do you feel about that?
Marlo's a very popular character in Don't Flop, so I don't take it personally. I don't think. I mean, it's a close battle as well.
Oh, of course.
I think it's a very close battle. But if you ask Marlo who won, he'll say me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really care what like people. I mean, winning battles is so like irrelevant. What does it really mean? Like, to win, you just get a W on your record.
Yeah,
you don't get anything else. I mean, I'm still whether you think I won or lost. I mean, I'm still getting promotion at the end of the day, which is the only reason why I battle.
Yeah, no, I agree, actually, and that is something that I've often been wondering about and just curious about, the motivation to compete. Like to win. Like, I remember when we had Crafty on in the second episode, and he was going into battle Heretic for the Newcomer of the Year, and it was something like Heretic had 6 wins and he had 5 wins because he joined the league a little more, you know, he had a little bit less time coming in, and he had accepted a battle with Conquer purely so they could be matched on wins to go into this. And I remember saying to him in the episode, I was like, why not just skip the Conquer battle? Who gives a fuck, really? And just put all the energy. But he was like, you know what I mean? That just doesn't compute with him. And you got to respect that kind of drive, you know. But I'm on your side as well. I don't really kind of like the
definitely.
aspect.
I mean, the want to win is always a good thing. I mean, it can never really be a bad thing. But to put it into perspective, like Archaic has like 8 losses or something like that, or maybe even more. Like there was a point where like he had way more losses than wins, but he was still considered one of the dopest in Don't Flop.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter how many wins and how many losses you have. It matters if you're good or not at the end of the day.
Yeah, and if you give a good exhibition of your writing and performance abilities, if you give a good showing of yourself, you know, I mean, it's kind of lame. It's kind of what parents say at sports day, you know, only your best matters, but it kind of does in a weird way. And the battles that people do really want to write for and do really want to win are the one where money's on the line. And we push forward now into the 2v2 tournament of Don't Flop, which I thought, for my money, was a fantastic tournament. So many good battles in this tournament. Such a great era for Don't Flop. So many great teams. Just recently on the BattleRapresume YouTube channel, I should say quickly, I did like a 10-minute compilation of all the kind of rounds and how the kind of tournament went, just to give people an overview, because I was watching kind of at the time when it was coming out and following all the different things. And I remember all the controversy as well. Not controversy, but there was a lot of blowback in the comments because the videos, and if were so long. Not only because you have 2 2-on-2 teams battling for money going a long time, but you also have like 15-minute judging decisions with Ogmios chatting for like 5 minutes in his like nice studio. Like, you remember that? There was this kind of like
I do.
Interesting proliferation. Well, of course,
that was the era of video judging, which I fully back. I think video judging is a great idea. I think they should have brought it back. I agree. It did get a bit too long. Judges could keep it a lot briefer, myself included. But I think video judging was a solid way to judge. Probably because me and Cee are unbeaten on video judging.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, we'll start with you and Cee, and obviously, I've had Cee on. We had a great episode, the 5th episode, and we kind of
I listened.
Purposely. I knew that you wanted to be on the show, wanted to have you on the show, so we kind of like skirted around the 2-on-2 so we can get a bit more into it in depth here. So you and Cee, as a kind of, partnership, as a friendship, like you guys have known each other a few years before Don't Flop then?
Yeah, I think I met Cee when I was about 18.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Maybe even younger, like 17, so that means he must have been like 15 or 16.
Oh, damn. Okay, that's
young age,
how did you meet? Was it just through friends or?
It was quite a strange situation. I'm not going to go into it.
No.
Technically, it was through friends. Yeah, our friend Gex. He's a rapper. He went to my college.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And and you came together and you were such a kind of interesting team. You really kind of filled in each other's kind of, whatever one doesn't do, one makes up for, and you just kind of rely together and work really, really well. And you had your first battle at Distinction against Sniper E and Hulk, and you took that pretty cleanly, I believe, in my memory.
Oh, not if you ask 100 bullets.
No.
I always get him for fucking voting against us.
Okay, yeah. I need to go back and check that. But we push forward into what is the third round. So you'd also won your second round during the Math Hoffer event against Awesome Rogue, I believe. So you were, got crazy momentum. This is 4 days after Checkpoint in a very unique setting, YouTube studio setting here. Bagdell apparently sorted it out. Love this setting. I think this kind of brings out the best in both of you. It gives it almost a kind of Fight Club Tekken, where everyone's just standing there watching, and it is kind of in what is effectively a soundproof YouTube room, but there is atmosphere here for some reason. And I think there was something happening with Mr. 13's voice or something that he couldn't do it, and he addressed that in the battle. But coming up to this battle, how were you and Cee thinking? You won 2 already. You must have been thinking pretty confident. The formula's working. Just another 2 people to beat. Yeah.
We were pretty confident. We always said like after we finished like every single battle, we'd say to each other, like whoever we were against, whether it was Orcs or Rogue or Mr. 13 and Nishi, we used to say like if we can split this cleanly, like there's no way we're losing.
Yeah.
We were so confident about it that like we were just like we can't lose. If we split this and we get it all out and we get it out how we want it, then we're not going to lose. And we did that with every battle.
And what was the rehearsal process like? We spend it. Obviously, you are friends outside of the league, as you say before you met. Shout out to Gex.
Shout out to Gex.
But like, were you just hanging around each other's houses? Were you doing it over Skype? Like, what was the?
No, what we'd do is like we'd find out who our opponents are, or whatever, and then like we'd talk on Facebook or text or call each other and go for a few hours. We'd just start boying them off over the phone, basically. These fucking dickheads. Like, not that we thought that in real life, but like we were just like, we had to like get in the mode where like, fuck these guys, man. These guys are dickheads. Like the funniest was writing for Orcs and Rogue because they're so cool. Like they're proper cool guys. But we just have to make them look like dickheads.
Tony D is not happy about their gun bars, by the way.
Orcs and Rogues gun bars?
Yeah.
Did they do gun bars?
They did, and when they beat, who did they face? I'm trying to think who they faced.
In the first round?
They beat, it was just Shuffle T and Gibbo.
Eddie P and
Frisco, you're right. Yeah. And I was watching a video judging that battle recently, and Tony wasn't pleased with the gun bar. Shout out to Tony, Uncle Tony.
I think Cee mentions it in the battle actually.
Yeah. So and that was that then, because I believe Cee said when I had him on before your battle with Shuffle and Marlowe at 5th birthday, you literally just kind of ran it beforehand, for an hour or so, like didn't have that kind of prep. But at this,
which battle?
The Shuffle and Marlowe battle.
No, we had quite not too much prep for them. Our prep got lower and lower,
right,
as it went on.
Yeah. And this is a fantastic battle. This is a really, really good battle. I think both of you are absolutely terrific here. There's great energy. But there's a sense of like. People want this. People, so common in battling now is like, why are people battling? What's the energy behind it? They've had enough battles that they're going to be like, I'll do it for free. I don't give a fuck. People want to be paid now. They're not going to mince their words. And the fact that there is money on the line during this battle allows you both to raise to a higher level of performance.
But don't whine like a bitch on Twitter first. Stand like a man and take it. First round, we bullied the bullies. Second round, we clowned the clowns. Now we assassinating 2 characters known for character assassination.
It gives a sense of integrity and meaning towards it. And there's a great tension here. So So you start off in the first base talking about how Furtz had taken like a half an hour to get out his car when he said he was ready or something. So you either under-prepped or part like a woman, which is kind of like, you know...
Classic cracker,
right?
Women bars, misogynistic bars.
Yeah. I mean, you know, just but, like, was that true? That it must be annoying.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't true.
No. I mean,
they like, we got there early, me and my boys, and Shuffle and Marlo were there, Frankie Fraser was there, like quite a few people were there. We were just kind of there, and then they were like, yeah, like they're just parking. I was like, oh, sweet. So they're here. He was like, yeah. And then like 40 minutes later, they turned up. I was like, what? Does it take 40 minutes to park? Like, where are you parking?
No. I feel that. And Cee's great as well. You wait in the back of the lack with a Mac. You're a twat in the back of a van with some Jack and some rum. And then you talk about a shitty video from 2006 with Mr. 13, where he has like a tattoo that got taken off. A true artist would never regret the ink on their canvas. Just the energy. I can't really do justice to the way you both perform together. You just have this call and response. You have that kind of like that real attacking aggression, that horrible thing of saying that way, getting under the skin of your opponents. Cee has that more fluid kind of nature to you. You really just you know, you feel great, and it must have felt great performing it as well, knowing you had such good material written. Yeah,
as I was saying before, like once we wrote our material and had it down, all we ever thought was no one's coming with material like this. So we're definitely going to win.
Yeah, and Nishi and Mr. 13 do their best here.
They're great.
You know,
great.
I think this is really good, actually. Yeah, this is definitely the best I've seen them. They have a great relationship between themselves. There's a bar against a chicken on the wing, which I really, really like. On road, like Boris bikes. Informs you to stop smoking weed. The drama course is the only thing you need to pass, which I quite like as well. And Nishi has that kind of...
That's sick.
There's certain bars that you and Cee deliver to Nishi. His face, he is having none of it. He's like, he's not pleased. Like, he has a great...
Shout out Nishi.
Like, he has a great, like, stank face. Like, he has a great... He does not give a fuck what you're saying. It's great
That is literally Nishi. Yeah, that was his natural face at our bars. He was thinking, fuck these guys, man.
No. Second round is dope as well. Really nice Cypress Hill, Sea Hill, Be Real. You're just one of them DJ mugs. Yeah. Nice shit there. Find 13 stretched around the table like the Last Supper.
Let's go.
I mean, I'm just Mr. 13, right? What a great venue for name flips. You can't really resist here. And I think you guys battling, it's an interesting one, really. I couldn't tell you the exact probability of all the different, all the different teams in a row and potential matches that could have happened. There are some that I'd rather have had than maybe you versus Orcs with Rogue, just because I think Orcs Rogue are a little bit less interesting. Maybe Orcs and Rogue versus Sartors and Bowski would have been better. I definitely think the Dialect and Zen versus Mr. 13 and Nishi would have been a more interesting battle that should have happened in that tournament. You guys versus Yunnan and Lise as well. Like, in my eyes, that was the final. Like, when it started, I think most people thought that it was surprising. We'll get on to you versus Bamalam after this. It was surprising that Bamalam and Sistik taught Yunnan and Lise out. It's still controversial. I watched it recently because I've been going back through all the tournament for this episode, and I'm still not convinced. I've got to say, but yeah, this is just fantastic throughout, and everyone needs to go back and watch this. And you pick up the win. Like, what was the delay in the video judging? So obviously the video judging's done after. Are you told you win that day? Like, what?
No, we were told. I don't remember.
Right.
Quite a while.
What, like a week or like?
Yeah, we didn't find out very soon after the battle.
God, were you restless? Like, were you okay? I would have been.
Nah.
I'd just been like, I won, fuck it. Like,
battle rap, man. I don't lose any sleep over anything that happens in battle rap, I don't think. Obviously, I was like, shit, like, I want to know if we won or not.
Yeah.
Because it was very close. That's probably, I think, the closest match that we had in the tournament. If you ask me, I think that could have gone either way, definitely. Which is why I think it was a split decision. I think it was like 3-2.
I believe it was. Yeah. It's definitely a really, really good battle, and like you say, very, very evenly contested. But we'll go forward onto the triumph, the final battle of this tournament, the 2v2, Bam and Sistik. This must be great memories.
Oh, amazing. Me and Cee still talk about it. We're still so gassed.
Yeah. I can't.
It's been like 3 years.
Man, like, Jesus Christ. It's
It was such a good day. Such like a milestone in my life.
A huge achievement. Not only to have won the money, which is a great amount of money to win. Obviously, £40,000 between both of you is, that's serious, like, game show money. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a really impressive amount of money to win. And the fact that you did it doing what you do best, you won Don't Flop's doubles tournament. Like, you can say what you want about Shuffle and Marlowe taking the title afterwards and now they defend it. But the fact of the matter is that you came through 4 tough matches where everyone wanted to win, coming at each other's throats in a great era. And here you are. This is the 6th battle of the day. This is Verdict, huge event. Wondering, by the way, just I think I mentioned this in the previous episode as well. Just curious to why isn't there a second Verdict event, or is it just kind of Checkpoint and Sunburn and Don't Flop's things? You know what I mean? It's curious.
Well, Verdict was called. Well, I assumed it was called Verdict because it was the verdict of the tournament. So unless they have another. Well, I guess they could just always put a title match and say, verdict of the title, right? Title match, who the title's going to. But yeah, I don't know. I think they just left it at the one because it was, the one tournament.
Yeah. Well, Verdict
or is it the one tournament?
Well, Verdict 2, Shocks versus Soul, will be at the end of the year, I'm sure. There's some insider BRR resume knowledge I just made up. But as we go forward into this is not 2 teams that are dawdling, and this is exactly what you want. This is, at least on your end, a team that has gotten stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think even comparing like your initial Sniper E Hulk, forget what Bullet said, even going from that into the Nishi performance, into the Bam and Sissy performance, it's ridiculous, and it's all within 1 year. 2013 really seemed to be your year. 10 battles uploaded in this year. This was, you were all over the channel. I mean, a lot of doubles battles, but you say we've got, you and Cee seem to have this kind of mentality similar to Tony D, like, if I've got 3 rounds, can't lose, that kind of thing, which I think is a great outlook to have. Was that still the same steely nerves against Bam and Sistik, or were you like, okay, well, yeah, one thing's one, but this is a fucking final, this is a big crowd?
The whole tournament, bro. The whole tournament. We just, As soon as we got it written down, we were like, cool, if we prep this and we don't flop, don't flop.
Yep.
We don't flop, flipping, we'll definitely win. Mm-hmm. And we didn't really, choke or even stumble through any part of the tournament. The only choke we had was at the end of the 3rd round against Sniper and Hulk. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so we knew we were gonna win. I'm not saying we're psychic and we were fucking that overconfident, but we were like, if we can get everything out, we can win.
Yeah, I like that a lot, and a slight shame that, I mean, not for you guys, you win this battle 7-0.
But in 2013, Bam raps about weed. We know what this man is hiding. Because in 2010, you had a track about coke, cat, and any other drugs his dad could find him. He only raps about weed because he cares if the fans will like him, but damn, Bam, that's a fucked up form of advertisement.
Which is surprising. You would not have thought that the finals of a 2-on-2 would. You think it'd be a split decision. You would think you'd want that, wouldn't you? You'd want it to be contested. But it had been a while since I watched this battle. I distinctly remember watching this battle when it came out. Really wanted to watch this, and then kind of playing around with it for the years afterwards. And then when I was coming to this episode again and watching all the tournament battles, I'd almost forgotten this battle. I'd kind of forgotten a lot of the angles and bars. And we're going to get into it now, but. Good God, it's a whitewash, right? I mean, they do not put up a fight. It's a bit of a shame, really. It's I really like Bamalam, I really do. And Sistik, I think, can write bars, but he just doesn't have that next level, does he? He just doesn't have, he can't quite connect. He's forever a war turtle. He's never going to Blastoise.
Forever a war turtle.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can't evolve.
No, can't evolve. And Cee begins by addressing that he and Bamalam, of course, have battled before, and his delivery in this is fucking outstanding. Cee Major is the king of that perfect threatening distance to your jugular. When when he gets in your face, but he'll never touch you, but he's just barking at you. He just makes you feel like shit, man. He puts stuff down. It's fucking brilliant. And and you say yourself that you don't really even need to have to snoop into their lives. You can address that the cameraman lived with Bamalam and he got kicked out when he stayed. Bamalam, wow, you're so bitch made. Bamalam's now the man in your Bagnall's now the man in your house. That gets a huge reaction. Did you expect that? It's like a haymaker, and it seems to be almost a setup.
Yeah, it was Oh man, that scheme, that good old Bamalam's house scheme.
Yeah,
it was. We had a feeling. It was there's certain schemes in our 2-on-2s where we're like, you're never ever sure what's gonna go off at the end of the day. You don't know. The battle rap crowds are so different every time that you're not sure what's gonna go off. But deep down, you know if you have like a special scheme. And we kind of knew like, shit, if we perform this like we're doing in like rehearsal, like when we rehearse and stuff, then it should go off. But we didn't expect. I don't think we expected it to go off that much. I don't know if you were in the room or not.
I wasn't, no.
Oh man, on camera, it seems like a big reaction on camera, but it doesn't even do it justice, man. At the time, like, it was incredible.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a huge reaction, and it's, 15, 20 seconds into your round, and it's one of the biggest.
Start off.
Yeah, you've literally started, and it's probably the biggest reaction of the battle. It definitely outweighs anything Bam and Sistik get, and you push on with that momentum and go into a kind of further, arguing that Bagnall has all out assumed Bam's identity. He's the alpha dog in your yard now. He's pissing on your seat. He's in the kitchen. Your missus is fixing him chips and beans, slipping on your skinny jeans. You see those kicks. Bam hadn't seen those in a week. And that's a huge reaction as well. Like, it's massive, and it's just kind of like, you guys are on a wave here. It's fantastic to watch. And it just plays testament to your relationship, and you can move from these more mythic punches, these more contextual ideas, into the closer, just the more comedic. And you basically talk about how it's suspect, and I slightly agree. I'm not calling foul of conspiracy, but slightly agree that Bam and Sistik will get all the way to the final. Isn't there? Didn't Archaic say against you in Skirmish that Archaic said against you and C, like, something about no one respects a final with Sistik in it, or something like that. There was some sort of bar about that. I can't quite remember. I'll have to rewatch that Skirmish battle as well. But yeah, basically,
shout out Sistik, because Sistik's a cool guy, and he's also a really, really good producer. Not a lot of people know that about him. He's incredible.
And I always remember there was a bar. I was listening to one of Bamalam's mixtapes years and years ago, and there was a bar by Sistik that I always remembered for some reason. I always liked, even though it's quite bad on retrospect. He's like, I'm always making beef like cow sperm.
Wow, so, that's accurate.
Biologically sound.
And then, going far back into the process, I guess every steak does come from cow sperm. Mm-hmm. How weird is that? Think about that, guys. Whoever's listening to this, think about that next time you're eating steak. That comes from cow sperm, man.
That's Wave Williams just dropping some knowledge on you.
Yeah, man.
But I really like you two in this round. And you speak about kind of how weird it is that Bam's got so far. Imagine Nola Edmonds won Deal or No Deal. You'd be silly to think. Imagine Eamon Holmes won the lottery. That's some ridiculous shit. So you ain't eating off that money. Try dip your chips in my shit. It's going to get real chilly when the ginger's in the mix, like an Indian dish.
Cee Major, man.
He goes transcendental in that moment. He just goes higher God tier level when he delivers that bar.
Bro, he's too good. I can't say enough about the guy, man. No. I'll be here all day if I'm talking about how good Cee Major is.
I mean, here on Battle Rap Resume, check out the Cee Major episode. It was a blessing to have him on, and the guy's a fucking genius. And I we can go further into this first round if we wish, but Jesus Christ, this first round is absolutely fantastic. And again, C breaking down Bam's apathy. I've listened to him bitch when the crowd don't feel what he spits, but you can't expect passion and reaction. That's in a reaction lacking when that's lacking when you deliver your shit.
I don't even. Is it assonance or
yeah?
And that is it's ridiculous, bro. As a writer, he's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
He's a crazy writer.
I've and there's a bar of yours from The Dark Knight. Pen games like the Joker disappears as soon as it goes in your head or enters your brain. Ridiculous bar. I've just got in bold letters. You guys are murdering this round. It's just fucking it's exactly what you want from the first round of a final. You just want to kind of don't start slow. Don't kind of hint at a haymaker. Just fucking.
We knew it was a final, and we thought, fuck this. First round, we're going in straight for the jugular, straight for the neck, man.
It's ridiculous.
No warm up, nothing.
No, and as you get when you watch a lot of battles, you get to learn people's first names, because when you run out of stuff to write about, you have to use someone's first name in a name flip. And Cee does this with Lewis, Cystic's name, but his haymaker that ends the fucking round is so good. Talking about the rough life that you rap about is a bunch of BS, Lewis. You write about a cold world you don't really live in, like C.S. Lewis.
It's a bar, man.
Fuck it, on that Narnia shit.
You should have heard the original bar.
What was the original bar?
That was, I'm not going to say it.
Oh my God.
It's Cee Major's only bad bar in history, in the history of Cee Major. I wish he would have brought it. I wish he would have brought it up. I don't want to bring him out about it. He'll find. If you ever get to chat to him at an event, ask him about it. It's fucking hilarious. Sure. He'll laugh about it as well. But yeah, I think it's the only bad bar that's ever come out of his mouth. And I think I told him, like, out of all people as well, me to have to tell Cee Major it's a bad bar. I was like, bro, like you can't say that, man. And then he came back and he's like, I've rethought the bar, and then he spat that. I was like, fuck, like that's amazing.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you can kind of see building, but it's just, it's so good. And Cystic and Bamla, I mean, how are you thinking? We'll start on their stuff now, but were you and Cee, obviously you're confident you're on right material, but was there any kind of like, oh shit, these guys are good, or was it kind of like, look, they've got nothing on us?
Bamalam, I've always rated, and Cystic as well, I rate as a battler. I'm not too sure about their what's the word?
Partnership.
How they bounce off each other.
Yeah, I agree.
Stuff I've never really been sure about. I like them both solo, and I think Bamalam is really, really good. I mean, there was a reason he was like 9-0 when he came up to face us.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like we knew we were going to fucking storm the battle and we thought it was going to be an easy battle. We prepped quite a lot for this battle as well. And we definitely didn't think we were going to storm it.
No, and
not at all. But we were always confident of winning.
Yeah,
and they had some bars, man. They do. And like, I feel a bit bad. I'm not trying to like lay into Cystic or anything. Yeah. But it's just kind of like, I do really respect his writing. I think he is a good writer. He's a good freestyler as well. He comes with a flip at the top of the round. You had a shirt with like a burger on it, and he talks about, when we meet in the middle, I will bun you. That was sick.
Yeah, really good. Really, really good. But he just lacks that presence, and he likes to pace too. He likes to deliver a bar and then kind of walk away from you as he delivers it rather than towards you, which, especially with Cee Major battling, it just kind of makes it, it doesn't kind of go this far. And then, Bam, if there's not the conviction behind his bars, they can come across as quite hollow. And as someone watching the battle, they don't really ring. So he talks about going towards Cee Major. You couldn't beat this man when he was choking, so what are you going to do when I'm fully focused? But he delivers it, and he seems distracted. Like, as he says the bar, he doesn't really seem quite
I think the thing about sorry to interrupt you.
No, please.
With that battle is, at that time, like, Bamalam was getting a lot of hate. Like, a lot of hate. Like, he was staff as well, and like, he was going through, and like, he got to the final as well. And I always thought everyone thought there was something a bit iffy about like him being staff and being in the tournament and getting all the way to the final. Like, and I think it shows like the crowd weren't really fucking with him too much, man. Like, they slept on quite a little bit, and I think that shows in his delivery, like in the later rounds as well. He's like, by the end of it, you can almost see that like he's had enough. I think I remember he called time, and he was like, "Oh fuck it, like whatever time," innit? Like, you can see he's like genuinely pissed off, and that can happen, man. Like, the fans, like the crowd, can actually really affect how you perform and how you feel about your own bars.
Yeah, no, entirely, and I completely agree. He does end one of the rounds just kind of like not really being that interested in it, and you guys. Onslaught. I mean, I think your first round is probably your best round. Probably the best round of the battle. I mean, in terms of reaction, you can't really go anywhere else for that. But some really, really good stuff here, and going on the fact that kind of obviously beaten bullets, but where's the honour in surviving 100 bullets if the gun is jammed? Yeah. Big reaction to a fairly simple flip, but it's a good bar. I mean, what are you going to say about that? Cee Major calls Cystic a fat man Zach Braff.
Really? Does he?
Yeah, a Middle Eastern stunt double.
Does he actually say fat man Zach Braff?
He does, yeah.
I don't remember that.
Okay.
Zach Braff is Scrub, the dude from Scrubs, right?
Yeah, I can see where he's coming from.
I can't.
Kind of like, just kind of, the kind of slightly, the facial hair and sort of the schlubby kind of thing, I guess.
I'm really good with remembering bars, and I don't remember that. That's crazy.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's possible I misquoted, actually, because I guess...
No, probably not. Probably not.
I don't remember. There's so many bars here, and lots of horrorcore from you at the end as well. Lots of energy to wrap it up, which works really, really well. Put a hole in the back of this poster, like a poser, like I'm escaping from Shawshank.
Shawshank, yeah.
Obviously, breathy moment.
Shawshank.
But you can't help it, because, Marlowe plows that really funnily in the battle, the doubles battle that you do at 5th birthday. But, kind of, your stuff is so crammed. The breathing technique has to be quite complex, right?
Yeah. My lungs aren't up for it.
No.
I've done it 3 or 4 times now. It's getting to the point where I need to not put so many words into what I want to say, but I'm too passionate about it. I get too gassed, man. I get too gassed, and then I know that I'm going to Shawshank by the end. But now I've kind of made it a slogan. Now when it happens, I can just go Shawshank, and everyone's hey.
Your very own redemption.
It's like my slogan now.
And just to close off this battle as well, you mentioned Mickey Worthless end up banned because you wouldn't sing in a battle. What was this a reference to?
April Fools. I think it was the first April Fools.
Right.
Mickey had 2 battles, and I think was already a bit pissed off with him.
Yeah.
And then he didn't show. He had a singing battle against Bowski, and he didn't show up for it. He took too many drugs or some shit that Mickey Worthless does, and just didn't show up for either of his battles. He had 2 battles that day, but basically that. Because you wouldn't sing for a battle, singing where I'm from anyway also means snitching, if you sing to the feds or if you sing to it's snitching. Right. So to sing for a battle, that was kind of wordplay.
I should say as well, the guest that we had on the show recently, the great Mixie, he eventually took up the...
Is that Mixie the poet?
Mixie the poet, yeah.
Yeah, Mixie.
Mixie's, it'll be out now, check it out, episode 11.
Oh, shit, I will.
Mixie eventually did the singing battle with Bowski, which is a really funny battle, actually, I have to say.
Very funny battle.
If you hear singing battle, you're a bit and it is, but they each have a 7-minute one-rounder, and they both kill it.
It was really good. I was there.
Yeah, you can't say anything else, can you? They both do fantastic. And
they do really well.
You guys win this. You guys, censor, just to wrap us on the judging, censor finds Sisting and Bamlet's delivery lacking, therefore he gives it to you. Arcade gives it to you. G-Dash gives it to you. They all give it to you. Of course, DK is there, who is a obscure, don't flop early head.
He went to my uni.
Is that right?
Well, yeah, we were at uni together, me and DK. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. And he was one of Kruger's earliest opponents on the channel as well. Yes. And MA gives you the win, but he thinks that you guys doubling up is annoying as hell, the way you do the bars at the same time. So, I mean, it's just kind of all the techniques we kind of do for that. But teases the crowd, eventually announces that you guys win 7-0. This must have been a mad feeling to finally have reached the end.
Yeah. Ah, it's so good.
Yeah, I can't... can I ask, how long till you guys were paid as well? Was it instant, or did it take a while? Took a while.
Anyone that knows that it took a while.
Right, yeah.
Big up her anyway.
Yeah, of course.
I think everyone knows that it took a while.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be the next.
It wasn't an immediate thing.
No. But eventually,
it's his money, man. He can take as long as he wants, as long as we get it in the end. I had no doubt that he was going to send it to me. So
yeah, exactly. And I mean, before we jump into the innuendo battle, which effectively takes us forward a year-ish, kind of quite far through, but obviously you battled. If you want to check out any of the other doubles battles, by the way, that is the battles with Shovel T and Marlowe, and battle against Archaic and Skirmish, which I fucking love. I think that battle is brilliant. I think you guys are on top form in this battle, especially. But you've done
Skirms against Ark and Skirms.
I think you guys kill it against Ark and Skirms. Yeah, I think that's a really good battle. But I appreciate you're closer to the product than me. But if you want to listen to those, check out the Cee Major battle. But during this time as well, I wanted to just quickly ask you about going to Outlook. That was a really cool thing that Don't Flop did.
It was amazing. Mm-hmm. I was talking about it with Brucey yesterday as well, and and just reminiscing on how good it was. It was amazing, man. It was probably the best holiday I've ever had.
Oh, dope!
I call it a holiday. It wasn't really a holiday. I was out there performing, really.
Yeah.
But to us, it was a fucking holiday, man. Yeah. We were just out there fucking going crazy. I met some really good friends out there. I don't know if you know Cade, the DJ.
Oh, the guy who battled Sleepy.
Yeah. He was out there. Like, that's like the first time he ever came about. He was just one of like Brucey's friends back then, and like me and him like fucking bonded at Outlook, man, a lot, and now we're like really good friends. So like, yeah, man, I've met some good friends out in Outlook, and everyone in our house, it was like me, Brucey, Natural, not Quill, Quill's in the other house, like Tongue Twister, Impact's girl, and then like a few of Brucey's pals as well. And like everyone in that house just fucking bonded, man. We had such a fucking good time.
Oh, nice.
Outlook was amazing.
And then you I mean, to top it all off, you were on a boat and in the middle of the sea, had a couple of battles, like crazy environment to have battles in. So good.
It was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah, that's so good.
We were hungover as shit for that battle, man. Yeah.
So yeah, we move on to kind of I guess obviously most people came across you through these doubles battles, and then there's kind of you exerting your career further in Don't Flop in battling as a whole. Who you're going to battle next? Who you're going to go on to? You had battled Enigma in your first kind of solo battle after the 2-on-2s, but we jump forward after the 5th birthday. You lost to Marlon Shuffle, and then you beat Arcade and Skirmish. I don't know if that was judged or not, but in my eyes, you definitely beat them. Really good match, as I said. And coming across against Innuendo in Liverpool.
You fucked a skinny version of yourself. You must be sniffing crack. So thinking back, April Fool's ain't the only time you did a mirror match. Yeah. You had that shitty little battle with the mirror on the day, and every minute I can see this prick wishing he can make that mirror image change. It's a battle, so there's nothing I'm prohibited to say. And even though I've seen your attempts to get slimmer at the waist, it's still clear to see that your parents were pigs like Spirited Away.
Yes.
Now this is another great venue that we should come across. I was lucky enough to live in Liverpool for 3 years. I went to university in Liverpool, and I know this venue really well, the Casimir. Been to a lot of concerts there, seen a lot of bands there, been to a lot of nights there. Really, really good environment. Seems like it's packed out as well. This must have been quite a, battling Innuendo. I know he's coming back into the fold, but Innuendo in Liverpool, O'Shea's battling Big J on the same card. It was a good prospect.
Yeah. It's a good event. Good event.
And I mean, Innuendo kind of in the interview after this with and you guys, he titles himself as a Larry Divvy. That's kind of the character that he sees himself in. And I really like Innuendo, actually, I have to say. I think he's very gifted and charming. You know what I mean? He kind of like, there's a nature to him that I like. There's a genuine character. And I think he's quite an interesting presence. This is quite a challenge for you to go one-on-one with Innuendo.
Yeah, he's definitely very interesting. His character, very very all or nothing, like very, goes into things very loudly and obnoxiously, which I can almost relate to, I guess. So yeah, it was good. It was fun writing for him.
And what is kind of the in the wider context of things, like, does just hit you up with a matchup? Do you ask I want to battle Innuendo? Or are you just happy to battle whoever? Or
usually just hits me up with matchups, and I'll say yes or no. I used to just say yes to everyone because I didn't give a fuck who I battled and just wanted to go out and beat people. But I mean, once you get your name more established, you think, what more can I do, like, to make my name more established than it already is? And that's like, so. But no, he just came to me with Innuendo. I was like, yeah, like that could bang, like that could be a good matchup. He's been about for a while. I've come through in the last few years. We're both good. I think we're both quite funny. We're both very different as like characters as well. I'm more of like I wouldn't even call myself an introvert, but compared to Innuendo.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is quite outlandish, and you begin by basically saying, why would I make a bold joke? I'm battling one. And kind of talk about how he's fat, bold, fame hungry. Hold on a minute, Jay Goody, is that you? And then clear to see your parents are pigs like Spirited Away. So nice stuff here, and lots of kind of contextual mid 2014 football bars, craving points like David Moyes. Ooh. And you also say your
multi-man.
Yeah, your headbutt a player like Alan Pardew. So it's just kind of nice to have all these kind of little motifs here, and again, the kind of that horror nature to you, that attack, and you seem to be commanding the crowd well. There seems to be a great confidence in you solo wise. You were holding your own against Innuendo in this first, I felt. And Innuendo declares you more ginger than Seuss's bird. So it's just got that kind of it's kind of hard to put a finger on it. I want to say glib, like the kind of slick innuendo delivery, the kind of like the rapscallion almost, you know what I mean? Like there is a kind of like an outwardness. There's a threateningness to it on one level, but there's just kind of more of a winning charm throughout it. And he talks about kind of harking back, ends his first harking kind of to Toxteth and Kenny and Wavertree and these areas in Liverpool that, are probably dangerous to venture in. But, and fat jokes come in, obviously, because, that's just who we are. If a girl ever called you a perfect 10, you were just standing next to Ogmios.
That's so sick. I'm such a big fan of my own lines.
No, of course, man, of course. You gotta be. And no, it's really, really funny. And you do have that, like, Marla talks about as well. When people laugh at your bars, you do tend to kind of sometimes, but someone does say, you have this kind of Fantastic Four scheme, he's saying you're going to Mr. Fantastic him. And someone audibly says, "Oh, cracker," and you acknowledge him with like a yeah. You've got to, haven't you? I mean,
It was quite hilarious when the guy was like, "Oh, cracker." He said it in such a gay way. Like,
he did.
He was, "Oh, cracker." Don't worry, bro, I got this.
No, it works. And, Cracker's bored about cheese. These kind of ideas that innuendo's coming with. Cracker's a kind of gift to someone like that. Flossie, right? She keeps reacting to the bars as well. And it's kind of like, it's distracting as a battler.
Yeah, very.
Okay. But I mean, that's just, you got to just deal with that, I suppose, if you're part of Don't Flop.
Hey, man, if I had the guts to speak about her during the battle in my rounds, then she has the right to say something. I mean, you shouldn't, in my opinion. I think you should leave. If she had something to say about the round, then she could have come up to me after and said, "Oh, you shouldn't have mentioned me," or whatever. To do it inside the battle's a bit obnoxious, but
slightly.
But like, I brought her up, so I'm not blaming her for saying something.
No,
like, I mean, I have to expect some sort of reaction if she's there right in front of me while I'm saying it. I mean, she's not just going to stand there and do nothing, I suppose. So
no, and Flossie, we should say, is O'Shea's wife, I believe, his partner, and Big J is a bit more explicit in mentioning her in his battle.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out O'Shea, Big J,
I've got a lot of time for Flossie. And me, O'Shea, and Flossie are pretty cool. So
yeah, exactly. I only know her from the battle, but she seems very nice. And like I say, O'Shea, really fucking looking forward to having O'Shea on the pod. That's going to be great. And,
is he jumping on this battle rap resume stuff?
He is. Yeah, he is.
I look forward to that.
Yeah, me too. And it's been so difficult going through like it's literally 80 battles, thinking what are we going to actually talk about, and I've just kind of had to almost pick a year a battle, as it were, you know what I mean? And just kind of go through, because, I mean, even, when you were battling Sketchy, he was still king, right? I mean, O'Shea was...
Yes.
I mean, he's always been the big guy, right? And rightly so.
He was the king from his first battle.
Yeah, literally was. He's a national treasure. And in the interview to this battle, just to wrap up the battle, you say that your hunger stems from Cee not carrying you. Was this a kind of... Were you aware that people kind of had perceived the Cee Major Cracker thing as seeing Cee as the more dominant force, or was this...
it was made very obvious.
Right.
I mean, even battlers would say it. Like, it's just, cool. Like, I understand that a lot of people think Cee is a lot better than me, myself included. In that list, I think he's better than me.
But he's like a unique talent, isn't he? That's not saying like, you aren't talented, but he is kind of a force, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't like being compared with other people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I'll always be Cracker. I'll always be me. Like, so it's just for someone to say like, the only reason Cracker was winning is because Cee was carrying him, and like basically Cee just won the whole tournament for me, and I was just there like on the sidelines rapping every now and again. Like, so I kind of just wanted to prove to people that I can still rap, man. Like, even if Cee's not by my side and we're not rapping together, like, I can rap.
Yeah. And we should say quickly as well, you have a music out. It's been used on a few of the videos. crackerthehonky.bandcamp.com, they can find it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. New music coming soon as well. Like, soonish, hopefully. Basically, what I've been doing is just sort of like collecting beats from like beats that I don't own and writing to them. And like, I'm not really comfortable with like releasing that kind of stuff because I don't have the rights to it. So that was basically just like trying to enhance myself as a rapper, like practicing.
basically. And now I've got I have a mixtape coming out with Cee Major.
No way.
Yeah, him on production. I'll probably get a verse from him as well.
Yeah,
but yeah, all Cee Major production. Probably about 10 tracks. I've got like 15. He sent me like 15 beats the other day, and he never sends out beats even to me. So to get 15 of them was it was a good day. It was a very good day. And so I've gone home with my like 15 Cee Major beats, like jumping around, like yes. So yeah, I've written quite a few of them already. Gonna vocal them.
And, fantastic! Like, because I was listening to The Heart of the City today, actually, which is your kind of debut EP that, again, people can find. Cracker the Honky, all one word, .bandcamp.com. And I love the song Tomorrow. Some great hooks in there. Like,
I think that song was quite underrated.
Yeah.
As far as people talking about that EP, when most people liked the intro, Heart of the City, and
People Person.
Yeah, but I think that's the only one people. Oh, and People Person.
Yeah.
People love People Person as well. So, I thought Tomorrow got overlooked. Tomorrow's probably my favourite track on there.
Yeah, there's some great vocal melodies on there and great writing as well. So yeah, everyone should definitely check that out. And
thank you. Just to let you know, it's very old now. Anyone?
No, well, yeah,
I'm a lot better now, but it's still a part of my history. So yeah, check out.
Yeah, no, I mean it's coming up to 3 years old, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, we're in June 2016 now, and that was July 2013. So yeah, almost 3 years. But yeah, it's great. It's definitely worth checking out as well. So yeah, crackerthehonky.bandcamp.com if you want to listen to all that sort of stuff. But we'll push forward into the final battle, which is most recent battle on Don't Flop, I believe that you've been there. This is your first on-beat clash as well on Don't Flop against Koj.
I said Koj soft. 1 minute don't flop's flopping, the next minute don't flop's popping. Make up your mind, don't be a don't flop option. You're valued as much as a don't flop condom. Roll on, pussy, better know what's popping, cause I won't stop till you're in the go top popping. Beef in your flow that your flow's not topping, man. I call him cotton, cause Koj soft. Soft like feathers on birds, soft like lemon and herb. Koj soft like letting your bird go mally up before September the 1st. I can have your scatty little bitch on all fours. Wait, I'm a friend zone Larry, of course. Fam, I've already drawn 2 battlers' girlfriends. Don't make me draw yours. Thoughts get body, mate.
We have Sleepy G on the decks, and up first is Forgot About Dre. Like, how are you? I mean, as someone who's only written for like a cappella battles, is it easier with this battle, with this rap background that you have, to write 4 beats? Because effectively you're learning 3 song verses, or is it not that way?
No, it was so easy to prep.
Yeah,
so easy.
Yeah.
And write.
Yeah. Just because you got a lot to say about Koj, or just because the beat allows you to just kind of go?
Both.
Yeah.
Both.
Yeah. You value, as you say, over Forgot About Dre in your first verse. You value Koj about as much as a Don't Flop condom. They used to sell condoms, right?
They did indeed.
Yeah, some sort of back in the day thing. And it's called Koj. First syllable of his name's Ko. You got to get those name flips in, right? I mean, there's too many. Pull strings make cooperate. And Koj. The comments have came from this as well. Koj doesn't seem to know how to hold a mic properly, whereas your technique is fine. Like I
don't think many rappers know how to hold a mic
do they?
properly.
It's weird.
No.
Like
it's such a rap thing. It's not even hold it properly. It's like it's such a rapper thing to do, to hold the mic by the top. And I think there's a reason for it. I think there is definitely a reason for it. I'm not too sure what it is. I've always been taught to hold a mic. Just like normally.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
No, I get you. And in your second as well, you're kind of talking about him changing accents like Professor Geller.
Friends reference.
Yeah, exactly. Great Friends reference.
Thank you.
Harking back in kind of things all come full circle, don't they? Kind of Soul Raptor, teaching Raptor lessons, Professor Geller. So all the great writers reference Professor Geller, right?
Definitely.
But
sure.
that about wraps us up really in your BRR resume, as it were. Can we expect to see you on Don't Flop this year again, Cracker?
I doubt it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I doubt it. Like, I don't know if he went over it in your battle, but he's like retired now.
Yeah, effectively, yeah. That's what he said, yeah.
So basically the thing is, like, I still would have done like a 2-on-2 with C.
Right.
In terms of solo battles, there's no one that I've been offered in the past however long that I've been away for that I've thought, I'd like to battle them. I think the staff have offered me some
some bad battles that I have no interest in taking, and I'm sure if I told you, I'm not going to go out and say they've been offering me, but I'm sure if I said on this show, you'd probably agree, like, it's not really within my interest to battle them. But they haven't offered me someone in a very long time. I think understands that I don't really want to battle too much anymore.
Yeah,
I'm kind of over it now.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fair enough, really. I mean, as fans, obviously, I'd love you to battle more and more, but I understand.
Thank you.
No, I mean, I do think, I wouldn't have you on the show otherwise. But there's been some fantastic battles that we haven't even got into. You're King of the Ronalds run as well. You battled Pedro, you battled Soul, and kind of one off with you now. And that freestyle one was great. And you're
in Southampton. Out Southampton. I love Southampton.
Yeah, right. They've been good to you.
They've been so good to me, man. Yeah.
But
Southampton's been dope.
I mean, there's no newcomers then? Like, I'm surprised have they thrown Bobby Rex at you? I can imagine you battling him. Maybe. No. Okay.
Yeah. I like J Red.
Yeah, J Red. Yeah, of course.
I think J Red's dope. I think he's very, very unique. Really funny.
Sorry, the signal's gone slightly here.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all right. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to, just before we wrap up the whole episode as well, I just want to talk quickly about your battle with Shocks the Rebel.
Yes.
Both because it's a great battle, but I just want to thank you really, because as we mentioned on the inaugural episode of Battle Resume, Shocks was our first guest, and we broke down the Cracker battle as well. And he was saying how it was on you. You gave him the chance really, and through that, I mean, from March early 2015, Shocks has delivered such good battles for Don't Flop, and maybe if you guys didn't battle, he wouldn't get that exposure. The Sleepy didn't happen, the Loose Cypher battle, etc., etc. What did you see in Shocks? I mean, how did this battle come about?
He's incredible. I mean, he's never been at a level where he's ever been average, or even he's never looked uncomfortable in a battle. The first battle I saw from him, he never looked uncomfortable. His delivery was the same as it is today. His bars were good, and to see that the first time I'd ever seen him, I was like, what the fuck? I remember tweeting Shocks is going fucking ham. What the fuck? I'm just at this random Gift of the Gab event. I think that's the first Gift of the Gab event.
You saw him battle Caps, right?
I don't remember who he was battling, to be honest. It was Caps? Okay. But and I was like, fuck. And at that time I was thinking, shit, no one stepped up. When I was coming up, after the Marlow battle and stuff, and before the 2-on-2s, and even after the 2-on-2s, none of these guys who had been in the scene for a while wanted to battle me. And I wasn't sure why it was. I didn't know if it was the level I was at, or if a few times people have just said to me, get your views up before you battle me, man. And I think that's corny as fuck. I think that's
who
gay.
Said that?
Not gay, that's homophobic. But I think it's shit, man. It's really bad.
View.
A few people have said that to me, but that's just battle rap for you, man. People care about views and stuff that doesn't matter to me a lot, because everyone's different. But no one would battle me, so I always thought, fuck it. If a guy comes through that I really fuck with, and he's only had a couple of battles, I'm going to get in there and battle him and make his name a little bit bigger than it already is, because no one did that for me.
No, that's a great attitude to have, and you guys do have a fantastic battle. Really, really good battle, and I'm really happy that you gave him that chance on what was a good event, actually, that 6.5 birthday event. There's some good battles going down there, but we'll end the interview as I always tend to end these things, a few quick fire questions. That's okay. So first question, and then I think more just top of your head sort of thing. If you can't think of necessarily your favorite, just one that you really like. But your favorite King of the Dot battle?
Pat's Day versus Head Ice.
Oh, okay.
Nice. That's my favorite battle ever.
Yeah, that is a really good battle, actually. The atmosphere of that battle is fantastic. And
incredible.
That is a really, really good battle.
The first time seeing Head Ice for me as well.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, I would just urge yourself and anyone listening to check out Head Ice Reads Mean Comments on YouTube. It's on the King of the Dot channel, it's they've done a few of them. They did one with Caustic and one with Roan that were kind of a bit these are kind of sub Jimmy Kimmel imitations, but the Ice one's actually genuinely funny.
Ice.
He kills it, Ice kills it. And your favourite URL battle?
I don't watch too much URL.
Right.
Favorite URL battle,
or one you remember fondly.
I like. Oh man. You know what? I just don't really watch too much URL. Oh. I couldn't pinpoint one out. There was one with Big T in like a hat shop. I remember watching.
Oh man, with Sue Surf, yeah,
that's classic. It. Big T Sue Surf, that was awesome.
So good.
The one where that's how you talk to your son.
Oh yeah, Ava Hitman Holler, yeah.
That was a good battle as well. Yeah, but no, I can't say I really have a favourite. Probably out of those two, the bait ones.
And in terms of like the contemporary scene, the Don't Flop King of the Ronald scene, the UK scene, are you still watching battles that come out?
Yeah. Every now and again. Not as much as I was, but battlers that interest me, I'll watch.
But you said you were at the Roundhouse event yesterday, so you still enjoy going
I'm always going to events because I have so many like people that I've got,
of course.
Like, on a personal level at those events. Yesterday, I didn't catch the first 3 battles. I was too busy just outside. I think I was shopping out with like Pedro or something.
Oh shit!
Like, me and Pedro were just chilling, like just fucking doing what we do, and then we were like, shit, has there been like 2 battles already? In fact, no, it must have been someone else because I think Pedro was battling. I missed Pedro's battle.
Yeah, Pedro was battling. Yeah.
Shit. So I must have been out there with someone else.
Yeah.
I think Press won, something like that.
Oh, shout out Press. We had a great episode.
Yeah, shout out Press.
Back in the day. Yeah. I can't wait to watch Crafty and Harry versus Shuffle and Marlowe. That's just a brilliant match. I can't wait. Harry Baker and Crafty together. That's just an interesting prospect. I just really excited to have that. And we're going to have Harry Baker on the show. But 2 more questions. Third question is your favourite film?
Pulp Fiction. I think everyone knows that, surely. I use it in like rhymes and have jumpers. I'm going to get Pulp Fiction tattoos and stuff. Pulp Fiction is not even just my favourite film, it's like my favourite thing ever.
Right.
Yeah, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with Pulp Fiction.
No. Good shout. I mean, you couldn't have picked one of anything better, really. It's one of the greatest. And finally, you're a band or artist that you enjoy or like a lot that are not hip hop related.
Bonobo,
nice shout.
Do you know who Bonobo is?
Yeah, of course, the sort of electronic music producer. Yeah.
He's incredible.
World music, yeah.
I've been listening to instrumental music way more than rap music at the moment.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really obsessed with like pianos and saxophones.
Do you know Odyssey? He's a good hip hop.
Yeah, on my original, on my first EP, you probably didn't hear it. I vocaled Odyssey beat. Oh, dope. Yeah, okay. Book of Days, if you've ever heard it. I'm not sure. I'll probably know it if I hear it, yeah. It's just one of those things where beats have, you know what I mean? You don't really remember a beat's name, do you? You just remember the kind of sample, but... Yeah. But yeah, awesome. Well, that about wraps it up. So I just want to say thanks again, Cracker. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm a fan of the show. No. It's a pleasure to be on. Yeah. No, big fan of you, man. And it's been an honour. Genuinely, thank you. These battles over the past week or so have given me so much happiness and joy. Just watching you tell people how shit they are has been brilliant. So, and if you want to get at the show, at batterapresume on Twitter, all one word, batterapresume.wordpress.com is the blog, batterapresume@gmail.com. If you want to email us, anything about the show, anything good, anything bad, any pointers, anything like that. And also, finally, gesticulations, my kind of long form series about jest is kicking off. It's kicked off on the YouTube channel, so check out that. Premonitions episode 1, and we'll follow Cracker DF on Twitter. Yeah, I was going to say Tom Cracker Williams on Facebook. Go and check out my music. Ask me for links. I'll probably email you a few tracks if you're lucky. No, please do. crackerthehonky.bandcamp.com, right? So people can get the heart of the city. That is a fantastic. And watch all of Cracker's battles, please. Every single one. Not all of them. Watch literally, but like watch his sketchy battle. You'll probably listen to this episode because you like Cracker, but you've probably never seen his tryout. Go back and listen. Just because you're listening to this episode, it does not mean that you like Cracker. We all know that there's going to be a bag of people that don't like me, but still watching this, because let's just put it out there. The people that love me are cool with me, but the people that hate me are really, really obsessed with me. So hi guys, how's it going? Bring on the hate. So yeah, that's Cracker, and that's the hate, I suppose, as well. But I love Cracker, and thank you so much for being on the show again, man. And pleasure. And we'll be back next week with Heretic. No way. Yeah. Big up my bro Heretic. Yeah. He's another one that I knew about before he proper got his recognition. Yeah. Oh, dope. Yeah, no, Heretic is he's doing so well, and he's doing bits, man. He's really doing bits. He's killing it. And so Heretic on, and we'll see you next time, guys. But at Battle Resume, and thanks for listening. See you later. Bye. Peace.
My team is on another level. Breezing to the street soon as my feet reaching the pedal. My dog's barking loud now that he's free from the kennel. We all breathe the same air, don't believe that you're special. Looking through the smoke, all I see is the devil. Keep watching my boat, I have you bleeding the vessel. Feeling like boat running heat for the medal. Second best is getting stressed, that ain't easy to settle. Yo, Ed's telling we don't fuck around. Ben telling we don't fuck around. C telling we don't fuck around. Telling we don't fuck around. Telling we don't fuck around. I'm still here making bangers, homie. The liquor pouring by the cup. Bet everybody in the manor know me. Down this Henny bottle ain't enough.